Barkley.
Well, the people who know this stuff always say, no, it's not the size, it's the cut. How much time do you spend on the cut for this?
Nobody can tell.
They can't. That's just something people say. They can't tell.
I still don't know if I get a tenderloin or a fillet.
That's a really good point.
I don't know.
So we're all bullshitting each other.
All I know is there's $28 price difference per pound.
That's true.
I have no fucking
so
clue.
your average, you're not.
So
there's no jeweler in your circle of friends.
That glass, Ruby.
Right.
And even though if it's worth $100, who cares? It's the thought that counts. Therefore, I'm telling you, there's so many people that say, "Why should I be spending?" Do you know what my ex-husband spent on the engagement ring for me?
Which ex?
The second ex.
Okay, I don't know.
$135,000. It was a ridiculous amount, and it was at wholesale. Oh. Guess what I did with it? I used it for a down payment on my house and a divorce.
I was gonna say that just bought the inventory
I
for
know.
this entire store.
Right, so everything in here. So what? Yeah, so you could say to someone, would you rather have one ring or would you rather have all of this?
Guess what guess what my current husband gave me?
What?
A wedding band, a gold wedding band.
Okay.
Paid
now
for it myself.
the problem is somebody's going to see you, and God forbid this ever happens, but somebody might try and rob you for that big expensive fake ring, and they're not going to believe when you say no, it's not real.
Imagine when this person gets home because he lives with his mom and dad,
right?
And guess what happens? So, mom and dad, here's what happened. I stole a ring and it's fake.
But then it's not a felony.
You become like a total, like if you're a burglar, you're like a total.
Upside, it's petty theft.
But at least when they come at you, there's no way that you're going to put your life up for the line. Say, here, no, take it. You know, there's definitely, and they'll think that, oh my God, I got away with the best robbery ever, and that's just not the case.
So your busiest time of year is Valentine's Day?
Mother's Day, because who doesn't
Mother's
love
Day? And as we record this, we're getting close to Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So mom would not. It's the thought that counts.
It's totally. But why would mom want you to spend thousands of dollars for her, right?
You don't have to tell mom it's fake, do you?
You gotta tell mom, like, this is like what?
Like that thing behind you. Okay, behind you, there is that looks like something you'd wear to the Oscars.
Right, and they do, and that's another misconception.
So they're wearing fakes at the Oscars, and they have the security guard. It's all bullshit.
Because guess what? Imagine the liability that a stylist or a PR person for that celebrity has to pay in order for them to wear Harry Winston $3.2 million jewels.
Right.
Or they could use my designs and only spend, $300-$400, and it's going to look identical. And most of the time, if you scroll through People magazine and you see somebody like Lindsay Vonn or whatever, it says I'm wearing 6-carat diamond earrings, it comes from me. So sorry to bust your bubble. I'm sorry. So you had a question before.
Bust your bubble.
I like that. Yeah.
That's a good little tagline for you.
Would you like a bag of money?
So you're going to either propose or give a gift or one of these things. When do you say, because she's going to look at it and go, oh my God, and then you say, don't get too excited? How do you have the conversation?
No, because how many engagements, listen to me, engagements should not be unexpected. Because the last thing I want to be is be surprised. First of all, I don't know where this relationship
I know. I
is
really have
going.
no theory on this.
You know what? And there's the difference because you have vertical stripes on your shirt and I have horizontal.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, we're entitled to our own opinion.
We all came from the same fabric.
We're all, it's all pink on the inside.
So you want to say like, hey, next Wednesday I'm going to ask you to marry me? How do you do the surprise? What do you do?
You don't do the surprise.
What do you say?
You're making the biggest leap of life in your entire existence of your relationship.
Right.
Why should it be a surprise?
So how do you do it?
Have you purchased a house for your girlfriend and you said, hey, surprise, I bought you a house. So if you're
what is the conversation then?
The conversation is let's look into the future.
I actually think it's a presentation of the ring and say, now before you say yes. I do. I feel like you should be honest.
Before you say yes.
Before you say yes, know that this is a demi-fine.
But I have a big bag of cash if you say yes.
That wouldn't hurt.
I think that's not a bad way to go.
That is why there's a dowry.
But back up a little. If you don't
give me a bag of cash
just
right now.
Ask her and you surprise, you're talking about like, so next year we're going to move here, and so you want to get married then? How do you have this conversation?
No, you have a conversation like, here's the rest of our lives. What should we do? Like, look at this house. You know, this house is $500,000.
What should we do isn't the most romantic thing.
Well, it is kind of romantic because the relationship are based on society right now. We're not going mutual decisions. Exactly. Who gives?
somebody
don't
has
do
to ask. Somebody
surprises.
has to lead.
Oh, here we
Don't you? Does somebody have to lead? It's because there's a question and answer.
We're all about equality now. Ask Jim. Women should be on the same level
They
as
don't
men,
want that.
right? They do
They
kind
don't.
of want. They don't.
They don't
want
when
the
it
money.
comes to this.
Take the money.
They
Take
don't.
the bag of cash.
I have asked
Take
more
the bag
people
of
this
cash.
question than anybody in the world.
The wrong people.
They don't. The women want him to ask, and they want to be surprised, and they want a big ring. Now, where we can quibble is, do they want a big real ring or do they want a big fake ring? And then where's the bag of cash?
They want both, but they're never going to get both because if you get both, and there's exceptions, but if you're going to get both, there's something. I mean, then he's going to probably have a small penis. I'm sorry, ladies, that's what it is. So you got to pick. You got to pick either a large diamond, a nice house and a car, or a small penis. You got to. We're losing customers like that.
Okay, so somebody walks in here. I'm going to say a man walks in here. He's looking a little confused. How do you steer him into the proper gift? What is the best thing to buy a woman? Do you say what is her personality like? What colors does she like? How do you gauge what is the right fit to give for a man to give a woman a piece of jewelry?
Well, there's certain pieces of jewelry that are just universal. We call them bread and butter pieces, right? So it's just a little, we call it ring on a stick right there. And so you can't go wrong with
It
it.
starts with the reason. It starts why are you buying this?
Okay,
Is this
so that's
for
the
an
first
engagement?
question.
Is this for a birthday present?
Okay.
Is this for some kind of event?
So you start with the what is it for?
The why.
The why. Okay. And then what do you ask?
And for example, I'm just going to give you an example. If somebody is so puzzled, but they want to spend a lot of money on the ring, buy her like a little promise ring. For the next 2 weeks, I promise to spend $200 on this ring to take you shopping with me. Because I've never had anybody who said, oh, my God, this looks so fake. No, everybody who comes here said, oh, my God, this looks so real. I just saved myself $100,000.
I'm talking about, though, just generally speaking, a man wants to. How do you – because we are clueless when we're going to buy a gift for a woman. Most guys are clueless. My only theory is it should be something that can only be from you and should only be for her. So it has a bit of your history, your personality, your experiences together. Somebody comes in here lost, and they're like, I want to buy something for my girlfriend because we've been dating for a year.
Yeah, and you're going to have
the
a
questions
sales
that you ask?
person who's going to get you the biggest ring for the most money because they're commissioning. So that's not fair. It's completely biased.
Oh, yeah.
So
well, I'm
you
asking
have
you
to-
all, like the non-biased.
The non-biased.
Here's what I find interesting. Here's what I find curious.
Yeah.
So the man should lead. Most women want men to lead, is what you're saying. But when it comes to buying the jewelry, it should be kind of a joint kind of affair, and it should mean something to both of them. And because I've never had that mentality before.
No. Gift giving shouldn't be. It should be whether it's from her to him. He doesn't want a sweater. He doesn't want something that anybody can give. It should be, this is us.
Right. So gift giving should just be kind of put it aside for sweaters and puppies. That's gift giving. When it comes to real estate or jewelry, these decisions should be made together. And why not take your girlfriend, have her look, okay, if she likes this,
That would score points. If you take her in to get a bunch of fittings
Yeah.
and things, that does score points.
Exactly.
Because
So-
guys have no idea
and
what her
until-
size is, what she
nothing.
likes.
And until she could make that decision as to what she wants to wear for the rest of her life, or for example, for the next 3 years,
Yeah.
because that's my history, get her one of these. Get her try-on trial.
You can't
thing.
go wrong with diamonds or fake diamonds.
Can't go wrong with them.
Most men do not even know if their girlfriend prefers silver or gold. They can't even answer that
Most
without looking,
men
which
think
is crazy.
That they are their girlfriends first. So that shows you how naive you guys are. So
Oh, I agree with that.
Or that the girls achieve
So the
orgasm.
purpose of this episode is a little bit for the naive. So they come in here and they're looking around like their first thought is, I can't afford this. And you're like, no, wait, you can. Come in. And then what are the questions you're asking to gauge what is the right thing to buy?
buy her a simple ring, spend a couple $100, and this would be like the pre-engagement because a guy has no clue. You're right. Would you rather spend $20,000 and give her something she completely dislikes? You
Right.
don't want to do that because guess what? Mom and pop stores don't have return policy. You're stuck with this ring.
Right.
So why lose money into that? Give her one of these rings and then take her. Go, honey, let's go shop
See,
together.
that's a beautiful ring.
Beautiful, right? The ring is beautiful. The decision making together is beautiful, and that right there shows you that future decisions could be made together.
If that were real, that looks like it would cost how much?
This looks like it's about a 7.5 carat, and it probably would cost you close to $200,000.
Right.
So how much?
I can't tell.
Considering the fact that exactly 54% of engagements completely fall through, are you ready to write a check for $200,000?
Is that the stat? 54% of engagements fall
54%.
through.
54%.
And then you got to do the math on the marriage.
Over
falling through,
50%.
And you
Over
break down.
60 right now.
I know.
60 right now?
It is. We talked about that on a prior podcast that half of marriages fail and another 30% stay together miserable. So then you're really doing the math going down. So you're right on this.
I do
What
want to
about
point out it's not just about the engagement rings also because there's a lot of focus right now on the
that's-
engagement, but
yeah.
also every woman's a little bit different on what she likes in terms of jewelry. Some women love earrings that they don't love bracelets. Some women love
That's
necklaces.
why. How do you know when he doesn't?
You
know?
ask. Well, I mean, if you're a man and you're coming into a jewelry store and the person's going to ask you, what does she like? You're
There's a
asking what are the
necklace,
things
a
that you should
bracelet,
know.
a ring, or an earring. What is the pecking order of what most people
Earrings.
get?
The man always buy earrings first.
They buy earrings
You can't
first.
go wrong with earrings.
You can't go wrong with earrings.
You really can't.
And then,
Unless she has no ears.
well, she probably has
No piercings.
ears.
No piercings.
Oh, no
We'll say
piercings.
no piercings.
Do you have no piercings?
Yeah, I
You
wear
have pierced
earrings,
ears?
just
You're not
today,
wearing
no.
earrings in your own store.
No. You know why? Because I'm always doing Populi podcast with headphones.
Right.
on my
I'm
head.
surprised you don't have a tiara on.
I
knowing
should be
you.
wearing a tiara.
You should
the
be.
queen that
Do
I
you
am.
sell those? Does anybody want those?
Yes, we,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
we sell a lot of tiaras. In fact, propose me
Is
a
a
tiara.
simple
We
necklace
don't have
better,
the-
or do you get like the Mr. T stuff, like the big old, like that thing behind you? How do you guide into a necklace?
Let the women pick the necklace, okay? Because necklace is a statement. You see that right away. Earrings are the secondary. So it's something subtle. So if you want to surprise her, but yet you're not really committed. Okay, say you had a nice first date, right?
Yeah.
Get us a little something. Even my 14-year-old son came home and he said, I got to get a little something.
Yeah.
How much money do you have? He said $14.
Yeah, that's a
I got
little
him
something.
a little something. He was so cute. He actually he threw the heart at the girl and he ran away. They never spoke again. So this, for that reason, that you will never think about it. One night stand gifts.
Just have a bowl for them to choose at the end of the table.
Like the go bag.
Yeah.
You know, you have something
Derek
available.
Jeter used to
like-
give a gift basket to the girls he brought home. He had a whole thing and it had a
Be
baseball.
Derek Jeter.
Yeah, Derek Jeter.
Without having to put out Derek Jeter
Exactly.
prices.
All right, what about you? Like,
I have
hey, say, hey,
locker numbers
guy comes
my
in
bathroom.
here. Guy comes in here. Do you just say, listen, go get her, bring her back, and tell her to pick 5 things, and she'll be happy?
I would love to do that because that would increase our sales. Thank you. Welcome to our sales team. Welcome to Anna Zuckerman
Like a
Luxury.
shopping spree for her. She would like a lot of this stuff.
And you know what? A lot of people should be open to this. But no, men come in, they're extremely intimidated by the, by the whole jewelry. You know what they should have? Home Depot should have a department of jewelry.
They should.
Anna Zuckerman Everyday Luxury Jewelry.
How many men are not going to tell her that this is, what is the percentage? Do you know?
No, I think everybody will say. But at the same time,
There's no way everybody will
There's
say.
no way, because how do you just take out a $20,000 looking ring out of your pocket and like you don't tell your spouse?
Men are they're not telling her the small penis either. The whole thing is about
That's true.
fooling her.
And also the lease of their fancy cars and the fact
Right.
that they still live what they're on.
Yeah, all these guys are living a lie.
But exactly, and this is Boca Raton, Florida, by
Right.
the way. But having said that, it's very unlikely that somebody is going to give a ring and say that, I didn't. But they could give a ring and say, look, I stopped into this charming boutique and there's something that had your name.
Charming boutique.
And that's
she's not
it.
right. Most of the time, she's not going to ask. She's going to think
not
it's
gonna
real.
ask. It's a gift. Do you look ultra giving horse in their mouth?
Yeah, you don't. Right. If somebody gives you a sweater, you're not going to say how much is it. You're not.
I always do.
And again, it's not just the engagement rings. If you're getting a necklace, and they're not all like blingy, like
Right.
huge, whatever statement necklaces, but a nice,
Are you offended by the term
a
costume
dainty
jewelry?
piece.
I am offended because this is all our jewelry is made in precious metal, so it's not custom.
Okay.
Custom jewelry is something you buy for like $2. This is
Yeah, it's
beautiful.
not plastic.
Custom made jewelry. No, and it lasts forever. So why not? Why spend the money? So if somebody would say, "Honey, let's look at this house. We're going to buy a $500,000 house,
Right.
and I'm going to put you in the deed right there," but should I be spending $100,000, $50,000 on your ring, or could we just be with like one of these in the wedding band? I
Practicality.
would go, be practical.
Yeah.
Because this is South Florida. You just flip a house in the next 6 months and you made $2 million. Hey, look at us.
Also hyperallergenic with 925 sterling silver.
That matters to a lot of people. You don't want her to,
Highly
trust me, you don't want her to get some
spokesperson.
hives because you bought some cheap jewelry. The most popular item or category is what here?
Rings. Always rings.
Always rings.
Yeah, because women love to buy jewelry for themselves. They do not need a man buying them jewelry.
I know.
For $199, they can afford it.
They can. I know.